Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today we are working on my neighbor's bike. They're having issues with they couldn't get it to start. I got it started. Turned out there was some bad gas in the tank. They had it stored for a couple of years. Drained the tank, put better gas in it, and we're still having issues. So we're going to take the tank off and we're going to do some carb cleaning. It is, let me take a look, see what it is. 2004 Suzuki Marauder 800. So I'm going to do some carb work on this and see if we can get this thing running properly. The problem it's having is it starts and idles no problem, but as soon as you hit the throttle, no matter how warm it is, it just conks out. So I'm guessing it's either a stuck valve somewhere, could be a plug jet, could be multitude of things. So we're going to take it apart and see what we can figure out. I've already got the tank off and the seat off, or sorry, the covers and the seat off. The covers on these Marauders, it's a little screw right here that you'll see in the cover. And then just a grommet. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so there's the screw hole in the cover. It just sits on here like so. Like that. So you take that screw out. And then once the screw's out, it just pulls out of this grommet right here. And then it pops off. And the seat comes off with the key. Keyhole is right down here on the right side of the bike when you're sitting on the bike. There we go. Sorry, I had it aiming there. I spent wrong spot. Put your key in there and turn it, and your seat will come off. Take the tank off. I'm just going to take these two bolts here out. Then you're going to unhook the fuel lines down here. When you unhook the fuel lines, have something to drain the gas into because there's no stopper or anything in here. So as soon as you unhook that, all your fuel is going to come out. So have something to drain that into. I've got both lines off and both lines are plugged. So now I'm just going to take those off and remove the tank. So let's do that. Okay, so I got these two bolts out. I took the bracket off. If you look under here, there's two rubber grommets on the bottom and two on top. That's what kind of keeps the tank from bouncing around and rattling. Now to pull this tank off, you lift it up and there should be a little hose under here. You lift it up enough you can reach it. A little vent hose right up under here. Pop that vent hose off. There we go, that's off. And just lift up, slide it back, and then feed your hoses out, and the tank comes off. Keep these hoses attached, because like I say, fuel's going to leak out of there in a second. You pull it off. Set your tank somewhere safe out of the way, so they don't get scratched up. And that's how you take the tank off of the Marauder. And just a little side note, if you want to do the spark plugs on this bike, you got to take this tank off because these spark plugs are all tucked up underneath the tank. It's probably really, well, it is definitely a very poor design. I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. But that's just a little side note for you. Alright, next we got to do is get into the carburetors here. So we'll take in the airbox hose off of this carburetor, and we're going to figure out how to get the one off this. We'll probably have to remove this little plate here. Looks like it's just 4 bolts, and that should pop off, and then we can get to the carburetors. Okay, so what I got to do next is I got to get the this hose here off so I can get to the carburetor, and to get to this one I got to pull this airbox out. But to do that, it looks like I gotta pull the battery. So let's get that battery out of here, and we'll get those covers off, or I'll get this hose off and this cover off. And then we can reach the carburetor and hopefully get some cleaner down in there. Now, you want to be careful when you pull these batteries out of the bikes, on most small engines, because you got the screw, I guess the nut in there, and they're just kind of sitting in there, so they will fall out if you tilt the battery. So just be careful when you pull them out, you don't tilt the battery and lose that. Looks like this one's been replaced with aftermarket screws, because that's not your typical battery screw. But in any case, just be careful when you pull them out. Okay, upon further inspection, it doesn't look like we need to remove this box entirely. There is a cover right here. If you look here, there's a screw there, which I took out already. There's a screw up there. And then there's two more on the other side, and then this thing here comes off. And I do believe that the air filter is in behind that. Now, I don't know 100% for sure, because I actually haven't worked on one of these bikes exactly like this one. But we're going to find out. So let's get this cover off, and we will find out for sure. Okay, so just as I suspected, the air filter is in behind this thing. So I just got to pull this out carefully, and there's your air filter there. That's your rear air filter, and so I imagine your front one is up in here. So we're gonna blow those out as well, because it may not be the reason it's not running right, but I'm sure it's not helping. So we'll set that one there for now, and we'll work on this top one up here. Alright, to take this hose off here, all you gotta do is there's a clamp here, and a clamp at the bottom here. From this side you can get to both screws to loosen the screws. Don't take the clamp right off, but there is here, you got these vent hoses up here, and they're wrapped around by this thing here. Wraps around from the top actually, and it tucks it into that hole upon itself there. And that's how it holds that into place. So make sure you take that off before you go yanking that hose out of there. This isn't attached to it, it's just kind of, you can move this if you want by undoing these clamps here. They're just twisties. Just do that. One from each side. I can't do that with one hand, I'll have to get that with a screwdriver. But then that'll move out of your way as well, and then you can pop that hose off. Okay, so I got that rubber boot off. They could be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get off sometimes, so I find it's easy to pull it off of the carb first, and then as you're prying up, it'll pop off the bottom. When you're putting them back on, it's going to be a bit tricky as well, because they don't give you a lot of room there, so you're going to fight with it. No way to sugarcoat that. But when you do pull them off, be careful not to bend these clamps, because if you bend these clamps, they won't go back on properly, and you will be fighting with that for hours to get that to go back on. So just be careful of that. So I got those off now, so I was going to check, make sure that stuff's moving in there. That, see, that's part of the problem right there. I'm betting you right there is that sticks. See how that's sticking like that? So I think that's going to be part of our problem right there. So see if we can get that freed up a bit. And then since we didn't need to take the battery out of here after all to get that access to that power or that air box, I'm going to put that back in because we're going to need it to run the bike anyway, to spray some cleaner and stuff in there and see if we can clean that out. And then what I'm going to do also is I have a, I guess I call it my IV tank. I'm going to hook it up to the handlebar. I'm just going to run fuel down into the fuel valve, and that's how I'm going to get fuel without the tank on it. So let me get that set up and get the battery back in, and we'll come back. Okay, sorry I had some camera issues, so I'm not sure where we left off, but so we sprayed some seafoam in the carburetors, ran that through for a bit. What was wrong was these plungers here were sticking, so we got those all freed up. Both carbs seem to be doing good. So now what was happening before was when we fired it up, whether it was cold or whether it was warm, it wouldn't rev. every time we hit the throttle it would just stall out. So let's fire this thing up. I need 2 hands for this, so hang on here. Starts up nice and easy now. And then when I hit the throttle, firing on both cylinders. Do what it's supposed to do now. That's all working like it should. So now we're just going to put it back together. We're going to put the boots back on here. Okay, so we got the boot back on here. Like I said earlier in the video, it was a royal pain in the butt. There is no real trick to it. You just gotta fight with it until it goes back on. So there'll be a lot of cursing and swearing. I got the hoses back inside the tie down here. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to rewrap the line in this tie down here. Put your plate back on here, and I got the air filter back in down here. So now all that's left to do is put the tank on and put the side covers on and fire this thing up for one final test, and that should be it. So yeah, that's all that was wrong with this one. Luckily it was a fairly easy one. We didn't have to pull the carbs right out. If you did have to pull the carbs right out, it's not a super difficult job, but it's more just time consuming more than anything. You just got to take the inlet boot, loosen the inlet boot screw here. It's the same as one of these clamps here. Same with here. This inlet boot right down here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Just a clamp on there. You got to do that, and then the carbs will come out, and then you got to disconnect all the cables and whatnot. Not a huge deal. Pull this plate off here to help it make it easier to get to that carb. But yeah, so this one's all done. Just gonna put the tank on and fire it up and then take it back to the customer. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.